the company tour.
Which company we will do a tour today?
It's called PFS International Consultant.
And where is it?
It's on 21st floor at 2 Pacific Place on the Sukhumvit Road. It's just right next to the Nana BTS.
And now we are here. And
Yes, it is.
Let's talk to
Kun Andrew,
Kun
he's
Andrew.
the executive director. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's talk to him.
Why are you here?
Because we have a project to do for our English course. The project is about company tour, so that's why we're here.
Okay. What questions do you have?
Okay, so I'm gonna let Top ask first.
Sorry, go.
When was the company been established?
The company was established in the year 2000, 15 years ago.
And what is a company vision?
Our company vision is quite complicated, and it revolves around the satisfaction of people, how people feel, and we want everybody to feel the best. So who's involved here? The involvement of everybody in the company is the shareholders, the customers or clients, and the employees. And we want everybody to feel the best. And we want everybody to feel that they're happy. So what will make the shareholders happy? Actually, all of our shareholders work for the company. They're all employees. So we can lump them together. And whilst the shareholders who are also employees want they want job satisfaction, they're also looking for a successful business. And how do you measure a successful business? Very difficult. Do you measure it by the amount of money you make? Do you measure it by the amount of happiness you get out of it, the amount of job satisfaction? What's the best thing? So what we say is you have to balance. You have to balance the richness of assets or value or money against the richness of experience. And that for me is summarized in one word: happiness.
Okay.
So if an employee can be happy, they have enough money, but they're also comfortable working here, happy working here, and they have job satisfaction. So there's the shareholders and there's the employees. Now the next thing, and probably more important than anything else, is our clients,
yeah.
because we provide a service. So if anybody ever avails themselves of a service, they need to be comfortable and satisfied that that service is the best for them. And what's the best for them? We actually advise people about investments. Our primary role is about investments. So if we make a lot of money for people, but they're not happy with the way we speak to them, will they be happy? Again, we need to make the balance. We need to make the balance between making people feel satisfied and happy with the service they get and making people feel that they adequately have investments which give them enough growth. For me, when I meet a client, the most important thing is that I create a relationship with him where he trusts me. Because after all, he's going to be entrusting his investments to my advice. And if I don't give him the right advice, how's he going to feel? He's going to feel really bad. So I have to make the right relationship with him before we even begin. So it takes me several hours just to talk to a potential client to make him happy. And then once he's happy and he trusts me, he will say, I want you to help me with my investments. So a lot of people do it the other way around. They look at investments first. We don't. We look at the client first and say he needs to be happy first. So our vision relates to one word: happiness. Everybody needs to be happy.
And so, are your clients happy?
I think so.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to the next question. Okay.
What service does PFS offer to customers?
The services we offer relate to expatriates. So we only help expats in Thailand. We don't help Thai people. And if you can imagine, if you are an expat and you go to live in a different country, living life is difficult. What happens here is you're born in Thailand, you're a Thai person, you grow up here, everything just works for you, you understand what happens. When you go to a different country, they have different rules and regulations, different ways to do things. They have different things that you have to comply with. And it makes life very difficult, very difficult. For example, here, if you want to open a bank account, you can go to a bank and show your ID card and they will open a bank account. If you go in a different country, for example, if you go in Australia, they will ask you, do you have any points? And you will say, well, what's points? Points are different IDs, and a different ID will be a different number of points. For example, a passport is 30 points in Australia, but to open a bank account, you need 40 points. So you have to have your passport and something else, which is another 10 points, before they'll recognise you to open a bank account. So you see already, if you're a Thai and you go to Australia, already it's difficult, right? So our service helps expatriates with this business of living life. I call it the business of living life, because every expat who comes to live in a different country has to do so many things, and it's so difficult. So we help everybody to do all sorts of different things. So our services relate to expatriates living in Thailand and how they can cope with the business of living life. Now, we fine-tune that down because our core business is helping people to create wealth and manage wealth. They save money, they make it grow, their money gets bigger and bigger and bigger. We help them to invest it, we help them to protect it. But all of these other things are what we call peripherals. They add on to the side. They're things that you can't help, you have to have when you're living in a different country. Does that answer your question?
The next question, who is the managing director of PFS?
The managing director of our company, it really depends which company you mean, because we have a number of different companies. So let's look at PFS in Thailand. So we're talking about PFS Thailand. Our managing director is Mark Kirkham. And Mark is our group CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and he lives in Hong Kong. So he's our managing director here. But did you also know that you have to have at least one director that lives here? So we have 3 different directors. 2 of them live in Thailand, and the managing director lives in Hong Kong. He actually visits Thailand every month for about 3 or 4 days. So he helps to manage the business here. So he's our managing director. Does that answer your question?
Yes. How many branches do you have?
How many branches do we have?
Yes.
We operate in 4 countries. We operate in Hong Kong, which is our headquarters, in Shanghai in China, in Moscow in Russia, and also in Thailand. We have an office in Bangkok, but we also have an office in Pattaya. But it's one branch in Thailand. So we have 4 different branches, and the branches serve different countries. For example, I'm here in Thailand and I serve clients in Thailand, but I also serve clients in the Philippines, in Myanmar, in Cambodia, in Laos, in Singapore, and Indonesia. So I also have clients in those countries as well. Some of our other offices will service countries around their regions as well as their own country. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Good.
How many employees work at the Bangkok office?
We have 2 offices in Bangkok. You're visiting our office here today, and there are 12 employees that work in this office here. We are the financial services division, and we're also the management and administration division. We also have another office which is in a shop house in Soi 23, and that office has our lifestyle property division. So that office has 22 people working, and they're all working on property. So they're working on rentals and sales, and all of the people there, most of the people there are consultants. So I don't think you're going to see that office today, but maybe you'll see it in the future. So today here you're seeing 11 employees. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay. Would you mind to take a tour around your
Okay.
office here?
I'm going to get Rani to do that, our admin assistant.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
Okay.
Thank you for your help today.